At the beginning of the spring, at the backyard of the house, we found that a pair of Rufous Bellied Thrush had nested.
They make the nest with mud and vegetable fibers such as moss, bark and leaves. The female usually lays between 3 and 4 light blue eggs with brown spots, up to 3 different times in the same year, giving a total of 12 birds. The incubation period is 14 days. It's called Turdus rufiventris, Rufous Bellied Thrush, or more popularly known as red thrush. The pigeons are born with their eyes closed and open them after 5 or 6 days. The breeding season is between August and December. These pigeons remain in the nest for another 14 to 15 days until they can begin to learn to fly. The couple works tirelessly during the time to be able to feed the pigeons with worms, larvae, insects and fruits.
There are some 303 species of thrushes spread throughout the world, of which 13 lives in Argentina. It is, in short, a very common and popular bird in the forests and jungles of the center and north of South America. It lives in Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay and Bolivia. It is a medium-sized bird. It is up to 9 inches long from the tip of the beak to the end of the tails and weighs approximately 0.14 pounds. It is a common species in the city since it adapts very well to urban life, having a stable mood and an almost friendly attitude towards humans. It can live up to 30 years in its natural habitat.
The parents help the young birds with the feeding and cleaning, removing fly, larvae, mites, lice, and above all, fecal matter, taking them away from the nest.
Its back, tail, wings and head are brownish. Its throat is whitish, with notable brown streaks. The chest is ochraceous, gray, while the belly and undertail covers are rufous orange. It is present in various types of environments, including parks, squares and family gardens. Being sedentary, it rarely strays more than 300 yards from its home. That is why it's seen with its family, partner or children, and it's not part of flocks. It is easily recognized by its orange-brown chest and its beautiful and melodious song.
In the case of the Rufous Bellied Thrush, one of the most outstanding characteristics, in addition to his red chest, is his beautiful song.
It begins to sing from August to September, when the reproductive period of the species begins. The great artist Carlos Gardel received the nickname of Zorzal Criollo thanks to the famous song of this bird. The Rufous Bellied Thrush is a type of South American thrush that lives from northern Brazil to the Argentina pampas. It has a great power of adaptation, that is why we can find it both in the countryside and in the cities. It is the national bird of Brazil and the symbol of birthday in this same country, where they call it sabiá-laranjeira.
They don't like seeds of the fruit and avoid eating them, sowing and spreading them. In this way, consciously or unconsciously, it ends up fulfilling an important ecological function. It is said that it can even swallow a whole olive fruit.
It frequents both treetops and the ground, where we can see it moving by jumping or short runs. The conquest techniques most used by birds are singing and dancing.
Generally, all the birds begin to sing with greater intensity in spring. The purpose of their song is purely reproductive, to attract the female as part of courtship and as a territorial mark. They usually sing very early in the morning. His singing is very famous and well known, especially for people who suffer from insomnia. That's why they often get nicknames like city alarm birds. He begins to practice his song in late winter to arrive with the perfected melody in spring. But why do they sing at night? Do they suffer from insomnia? Researchers have discovered that life in the city changed the biological rhythms of birds. The light and noise of large cities influence the behavior of the song and the internal clock of birds. Some people find the early singing of these birds annoying, since in urban areas they begin to sing much earlier than in the countryside.
There are several theories, but among the most accurate is that street lighting is usually intense. This artificial lighting confused the thrush. Generating with the first rays of light sun let him begin to sing. On the other hand, scientific studies have shown that noise pollution in the cities caused their song to be distorted, preventing them from seducing females. As a consequence, they adapted by singing even louder and longer. In conclusion, when you hear a bird singing at night, it's very possible that be Rufous Bellied Thrush. Do not be angry with him. We have simply invaded his habitat, and now he must adapt to our environment.
Ahí está, mira, mira, es buena. Está con la comida ahí. O capaz que está acá en el jardín de acá abajo. Tiene la comida en la boca, ¿viste?
The pigeons, after leaving the nest, remain in the nearby areas until they learn to fly. Meanwhile, at that time, the parents continue to feed them for a few more weeks.